Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We're not sure from
Hello.
where you are joining in the world. This is our first effort for Nami and
Mhm.
I to
Yeah.
challenge a LinkedIn Live. So we're very excited to be here, and I'm going to just make sure that we get our ducks in a row, and that we have our ducks in a row, and that we can enjoy this time together on LinkedIn Live. And I think it also is going out to the Enjoy YouTube channel. So if all went well, tech
Right.
side, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
we're
It's
innovating forward with this effort. So good. Thank you,
good
Nami. I know it's really
morning.
early morning for you.
Yeah, 7 a.m. It's
7
great to
a.m.
be
Where are you joining
here.
from?
I'm from Jakarta.
Okay,
Mhm.
excellent. And of
And
course,
you're from
I'm joining from northern Nagano. So
Mhm.
today we have an exciting topic of conversation that we just
Yeah.
wanted to share a little bit about our upcoming retreat,
Mhm.
Leadership and Wellness Retreat that's being held in Bali. And I'd love to just ask you more questions, Nami, about what you have
Sure.
in store for us.
Mhm.
What is the inspiration behind this really luxurious and inspiring and I think immersive Leadership and Wellness Retreat? So maybe I have a few questions.
Sure.
And we'll just have a conversation about it, and
Yeah.
let
Thank
me know if
you.
I miss anything else that you want to share about it. So
And is it possible, Jackie, for participants to ask us questions during this live
I think
session?
so. We'll try to
Yeah.
make sure we're following
Mm-hmm.
the
Chat.
LinkedIn chat.
Okay.
I am
Okay.
on my LinkedIn. I'm
All
not sure
right.
if you can see yours
Okay.
as
So
well,
I'll
but
try to keep an eye out
we'll
as
see if
well.
both of us can keep our eyes up
Sure.
as we also
Okay.
have our conversation. So
Great.
maybe just to kick off,
Mm-hmm.
you know, this is a leadership and wellness retreat. You chose those words, I think, very intentionally: leadership and
Mm-hmm.
wellness. What is sort of the vision behind this, and who is it for?
Yeah. Thank you. So this retreat has been a long time in the making, about a year. And as you know, I usually facilitate groups, so existing groups, organizations, teams. And I noticed that, a lot that this people don't have an opportunity to really delve into themselves and to learn from others, and take a rest and also to recharge their energy, but in a really nice environment. And I just thought this kind of retreat, I wonder if there's a need for it, but I think there is. And I also saw from my experience, like the best leaders that I saw were people who had good alignment between their personal purpose and values. And they were able to kind of communicate that effectively to their teams. So I wanted to help people and to kind of create an environment where that could be possible.
I
Mm-hmm.
think certainly COVID's been obviously a significant challenge for
Oh yeah. Yeah.
everyone on self-care front,
Mm-hmm.
on intensification of caregiving responsibilities. Certainly the Enjoy report on COVID and the impacts on diverse
Mm-hmm.
women in Japan, it was really, really clear in how much, and that's not even it's not just Japan. Obviously, we're seeing this in all countries, that the caregiving
Mm-hmm.
load that disproportionately follows, particularly on women, but also primary caregiving men, and
Yeah.
active, parents who have elder care, who all have children, the
Yeah.
sandwich generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide.
Yeah. I think COVID really has had a really big impact on people's health and overall well-being. And I really think that we're thirsting for real human connection. And I see it in my session, in my other workshops and work,
Absolutely.
that you just can't get this experience from an app.
Yeah.
There's a lot out there. There is a lot of resources and helpful resources and apps and learning opportunities out there, but many of them are online. But there's really nothing that can take the place of really being present and forming connections with others and actually showing up and being present and being with others, it's really valuable. So
Exactly. And I think I think we've seen maybe two trends. I think there's been a whole intensification of the caregiving for part of the population during COVID with,
mm,
people being, held in place and locking
yeah.
down and then not being able to travel or move around as freely, not having outside support for caregiving roles as much. And then you've got the flip side of individuals who are single maybe, or no children, no individuals who they live with in their family, and then feeling
Mhm.
an intense, I think, isolation and
Yeah.
sadness at being alone way too much during
Loneliness.
COVID, right? So
I think a
both
lot
are
of
hard on
people are,
mental health.
yeah, very lonely times for many people.
And
Yeah.
self-care then
Mm.
becomes a big topic. And
Mhm.
then how do we think about not only self-care, but self-care being invested forward into self-leadership
Yeah.
and leadership and wellness as a sustainable practice, right?
Yeah.
Um,
That's right. And then, but the program that I'm creating for this retreat, of course, it's about, self-care is an important component, but I want to take it a step further because it's not just about yourself, right? It's how we connect with others and also learning the skills or having opportunities to practice what it's like to really listen, for example, and and also to manage a team or work with others. What are some useful tools that we can have that will help us to when we need to take it further and connect with others. So I think that's another focus that I'm looking forward to really sharing with
I think
the participants.
you raise an excellent point, because often we learn new tools, but we don't have the maybe peace of mind or space if we're doing it amidst a very busy workday to then sort of slow down and practice those new applied skills in an environment that gives you psychological safety
Mhm.
and trust in the room. And I think
Yeah.
this opportunity will get to try out those new tools and techniques that you're sharing real time, in
Mhm.
a space where we'll have mental sort of space, right? Breathing space. And I
Yeah.
think that's an exciting part of the design that you've built.
Mhm. And I'm excited that you're going to be there, Jackie, and as my co-facilitator, and you're going to support me to really hold the space. And I know it's a cliche, but we do hold the space. And I like it because I like to welcome you as my co-facilitator. I think you and we have a very different energy. I mean, we're facing the same direction, but we have a very different energy. And I feel like, I don't know, you're so dynamic and you have a very unique perspective, and I feel like you can kind of pull the group along with me. So I'm appreciating that about you, and I think we would be a good team to do this together.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say a word about what we're planning for the
Please.
program. So
Yes.
it's a 1 week program, one week retreat. Basically, we do half a day is the kind of learning or experience session component, and then half the day is the unstructured time for wellness activities, for massages, for excursions, and that's really up to the participants to plan. I mean, and there are many options that we have. And the first, so there are basically 5 sessions, within the retreat. I'm calling them kind of learning modules or experiences. The first 2 are about delving into ourselves. So one is about greater self-understanding, self-awareness. And then the second one is about building our knowing our purpose and getting better alignment between our purpose in our personal lives and professional lives. And then the third and fourth modules are about listening with empathy, building our empathy skills, muscles. And the fourth one is about teams. So working with teams, how do you deal with conflicts? How do you build a team, for example? And, recognizing very common challenges in teams and how to deal with them. And then the 5th day is a kind of wild card. So that's a surprise. And then those are the 5 modules.
Sounds fascinating. And I also am very grateful to be working with you on this because, we've had a lot of chats over the last few years
Yeah.
about, how do you build engagement? How do we build a space that
Mm,
has room for people to, share their thoughts, where there's trust in the
yeah.
space, where we can find a way to bridge all the diversity in the room, because different people have different values, different communication styles,
Hmm.
and different approaches or worldviews. And
Yeah.
sometimes that can turn, unfortunately, conflictual. But if we can have, ways of building the team space to try and acknowledge and, again, cliche as it may be, hold space for all that
Hmm.
diversity of
Hmm.
individuality, then we can get stronger teams, stronger teams that like each other and that
Hmm.
can, first, I think, reserve, create a non-judgment, a space of non-judgment, that we expect each
Yeah.
other to be different from us, and that's okay, and others are not wrong for being different. And then how do we bridge in a productive way, right?
Hmm.
um
Yeah.
so I think I'm excited to have your tools as an
Mhm.
expert
Well,
facilitator over the years, and how you build. I've personally worked with you. We had you support a lovely workshop facilitated for us for the Few Japan Board of Directors last year. Has it been 2 years now?
yeah, it's already last year. Yeah.
And so
The,
it's
mhm.
it's really lovely, and I love your energy. What energy you bring is really
Thanks.
centering, and I really enjoy that. So I'm
Yeah.
excited for
Thanks.
this retreat, and
Mhm.
that we get to
Mhm.
collaborate in this way.
Yeah.
I'm
And
going
I
to just
think,
drop
mhm.
some links. I'm going to take
Oh,
a minute.
great.
I'm going to let
Yeah.
you talk more, perhaps,
Hmm.
about the retreat space, if you
Hmm.
would. And I'm
Yeah.
going to make an effort to drop the links in the chat
Oh, yeah.
of
Hmm.
the actual LinkedIn feed.
Thanks.
So I'm going to turn my sound off so I can do the tech side, and
Hmm.
invite you to go ahead and share a little bit more about the space.
Sure. So when I did, there's a story behind why I chose to work with this particular retreat center, and it all started with my friend Mo. I don't know. Not sure if he's listening, but he's in the U.S. In Washington, D.C. So he mentioned that he attended a great retreat in Bali a while ago or so. And I said, where is it? And I checked it up, and it looked amazing. And I thought, okay, someday I want to do a retreat there. Yeah. And last year, when after I moved to Jakarta, I decided to visit Bali. And I somewhere in my mind, I thought, okay, I should visit the retreat center that Mo mentioned. So I went and visited, and it was really unique. Like, it's not, I had expected a normal hotel, like a resort luxury type, but it's like kind of in the middle of rice fields. And you drive up to it, it doesn't look like a hotel. Like, it kind of looks like a bamboo structure. Very unique architecture. And you walk in, and it just kind of the build, I don't know how to call it. It's like all open spaces. But there are these small nooks and crannies.
Nice.
There's a beautiful pool, and the whole space is very circular. It feels very circular and very airy. I think
I'm
that's the
going to
word.
add photos.
Mhm. Oh,
At
yeah.
least a few photos, maybe, just
Yeah,
that's
so I think
exciting.
that I thought this
Hard to
is a
visualize.
really interesting space. And I talked to the owner, Mikaku, and he told me that he and his wife designed this space specifically for retreats. So it's not a hotel that's also doing retreats. It's a retreat space.
We won't be stuck in a conference room with no windows.
No, it's and most, to be honest, it's mostly for yoga retreats, not so much for leadership, but I figure, why not? Yeah. So it's great. They have a huge, like, 2 or 3 levels of the spaces that we can use. And that's also what attracted me about this center, is that it really integrates the senses. So you can really see the ocean, you can see the rice fields, and there's no walls. There are no walls, at least on the I mean, in your private rooms, of course you do, but in the public spaces, it's basically open spaces. So I like that. It's really important to feel that we're part of the outside, the outdoors nature.
Couldn't agree more. And I know, we've been talking about also doing a possible follow-up in Northern Nagano in the
Oh,
retreat
yeah.
space and enjoy house that we have building. And I've just done 2 days of yard work.
Oh,
try and
really? Yeah.
Get all of things because it's a big yard and
Yeah.
it's awesome for the outdoor potential. You
Yeah.
play soccer and volleyball. So that I'm excited about a different version of that we can do later.
Wow. In the snow,
And I
agree.
agree. Like, we need to
But
be a
true.
part of nature again and
Yeah.
outdoors, having these. My dad used to always say, families that play together stay together.
Mm.
And
Mhm.
I've adapted that for what we're thinking in terms of saying teams that play together stay together. And I mean play in a way that's creative and building trust. So of course in
Mhm.
Japan often play has been historically everyone goes drinking after work, and that is not necessarily been a space of
Yeah.
building trust and real team building skills, right? And real
Mhm. Mhm.
conversations that are
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
record honest. So I think this kind of an opportunity to bring together unique individuals from around the world we have
Mhm.
participating at this
Yeah.
retreat, all different backgrounds, all different professional perspectives and expertise. And I think that's one of the exciting things about this retreat, I think too, right? We
Oh, yeah.
get to
Mhm.
learn from a variety of
Mhm.
professionals and individuals who are not all from the same company. I mean, often
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
doing trainings for sort of one one
Mhm.
company, or
It's true.
this is going to be very eclectic, and sometimes you learn just a very different skills when it's
Mhm.
with others who you don't have a history with and who are bringing in just a radically different
Yeah.
worldview.
Yeah. I think I've already talked with the participants who have already confirmed that they're coming, and they're from all over. We have 2 coming from the US, in the middle of the US. We have 1 coming from Australia, 1 from Europe, very, very diverse backgrounds. And I'm sure that there's 1 from coming from Ghana as well. So, I'm looking forward to the dynamics. And
You'll be from
I'm from, I guess, Japan, US, currently based in Jakarta,
Jakarta.
and we share a Japanese connection,
Yes,
you
so
and I.
me coming
Mhm.
from Nagano, but also bringing
Mhm.
in, I guess, my North American
Mhm.
side as well as my Japan
Yeah,
side.
so that's
Yeah,
so
and
exciting.
it is. I know.
Already
I've been
7. Okay.
attempting to put some links in there.
Uh-huh.
I've dropped our location where in Bali will be,
Thank
and the
you.
landing page for those who are looking
Mhm.
for information. We'd love for you to check out the landing page on Nami's website. You can
Mhm.
read more about the full program that she has built. There's also, she has mapped out all the different additional treats, I think, in terms of
Yeah.
yoga or Tai Chi healing, a water temple ceremony, some other parts, right, that
Mhm.
round out
I'm
how the wellness,
I'm excited.
facet works.
Maybe that's the part I'm most excited about right now to to
Me
plan, because
too.
I'm actually thinking of different ways that to integrate kind of the learning experience with the actual, like, excursions or wellness activities. And one is the water temple ceremony, which is a purification ceremony, and we're tying that with one of our modules around finding your purpose and values. And then the other one is I've actually organized a sound healing session. So that's also an experiment in how we can use sound to be as a healing
Mhm.
session, healing tool. And then the third, I've actually signed up or asked my Tai Chi teacher, whom I've been working with for more than 5 years,
Nice.
to come up with a set of brief exercises for us that we can kind of learn and take home. And they're going to be easy and simple, but using some basic 1,000-year-old Chinese Qigong and Tai Chi exercises that can help us to get grounded and to really, use our energy, our internal energies better. So those are some things I'm working on.
Yeah, and I think, I think a really good retreat of any kind is offering and sharing a diversity of tools for the toolkit, right? And some will resonate with some people and others will resonate for
maybe.
others. And some people
Yeah.
are analytic, some people are experiential, some people are visual, some people want to do the human side more, the emotional side more. And I think having that breadth of offerings, or they're more, physical in terms of wanting to experience in their bodies. And I think what's lovely about this whole program is you've tied it all together and given like what would we say in Japanese? We might say like a biking, like a smorgasbord,
a
or
buffet, or
a variety, right? A moriyawase, like all of this
moriyawase,
variety of tools and
Yeah,
techniques,
thanks.
and that we can apply and take home as our omiyage, our takeaway tools that help us, to be applied from when we get back as well. So it does carry forward in terms of our practices
Yep.
of leadership and our practices of wellness, which at the end of the day, be it wellness, be it leadership, be it DEI, it's all a practice. And if we don't manage to practice those on a day-to-day basis and keep honing that practice, we don't get better at it.
That's
right?
true. Yeah. Yep. So I'm really looking forward to supporting and guiding our participants on this journey, and looking forward to seeing you, Jackie. Did you book your ticket already?
I'm in the process.
Okay,
You
need to do that. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, maybe as a last little sound off, if there was one thing you would like for participants to take away from their week with us,
Oh,
what might that be? And while you're thinking, and you don't have to, I don't want to have you rush. I'm going to check the feed just in case.
Okay.
I haven't so far noticed or been able to figure out the questions, and that might just be me failing forward on the text side.
It's okay. Yeah. Well, I think
for now, I'm not seeing comments or questions, but that might be my visibility on the platform. So
well, you can
if that's
always
the case, we
they
will
can
circle
always
back to you if we missed your
they
question.
can always send
right?
us a message, or
and
of course.
we can follow up on LinkedIn maybe with the answers to those questions.
Sure.
But yeah, maybe as then a
Okay.
final reflection.
Maybe this is I would say what they take away really depends on what they want to take away. But what I could offer is the space and the presence, or the pause for them to be able to do that. Or yeah, it's a bit difficult, but it's not one thing that I want them to take away, because I think it depends on them. But I can offer the space and the kind of opportunity to take a pause and to be more self-aware and to learn, and they take away from that whatever is most important for them.
Excellent. I think that's a beautiful way to end. And, it makes me, I don't know how to say it in English, but in Japanese, we would sort of express it as jibun ni mukiau kikai. You have an opportunity to engage with yourself. Is that a good translation?
Yeah.
In a growth mindset. And I think that is really the opportunity that we're trying to deliver. And thank you, Nami, for your leadership in building this awesome retreat program.
Looking forward to seeing you and seeing all our participants. Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to attempt to close this off now, and we will share it with the world, and also share it on our websites as well as in this feed for LinkedIn Live. Thank you, Nami.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.